press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, we have been discussing about the chapter wind, storms and cyclones. Okay, and so far in our previous classes we have learned about what is wind, okay, and what makes the things move. Okay, that means that air exerts pressure and because of that pressure everything moves. Okay, and basically we have discussed some of the important points, that is when wind speed increases there is a decrease in the air pressure. Also air moves from higher to the lower pressure region, and also that air expands when heated. Alright, so air expands when heated, and this, okay, the heated air, the warm air, okay, it becomes, when it gets heated up it becomes lighter. Okay, when something becomes lighter it rises. Okay, so that is the reason when the air gets heated up the warm air rises, okay, because it becomes lighter. Okay, so we all have discussed this, with various examples. Okay, so we now know about this air expands when heated. Alright, okay, so with all that understanding, okay, with all that knowing, let us discuss how are these wind currents generated. Okay, so what are wind currents? Wind currents are nothing but the movement of air, right? It is nothing but the moving air. Okay, so how are these generated? So basically these wind currents are largely moved or affected by or are created by the sun. Okay, so this is our earth. Alright, so here, okay, so we have some, okay, we'll draw. Okay, so this is the earth and this is what? Equator, right? Okay, so this is our earth. Okay, and yes, this is the equator. Alright, so these wind currents, that is the air movement, is largely, or it is this movement happens only because of this sun. Alright, so sun is the major source, okay, why these winds or these currents move. Okay, here we have sun. Alright, here we have this sun. Alright, so this sun is the reason of, because of this, by which these wind currents move. Alright, so the sun is major, it is the ultimate source. Okay, so how does this happen? How does this wind current moves? Okay, so let us understand that concept. Okay, so okay, in this whole region, alright, the equator, this region, okay, equator is the region which gets more heat. Okay, because see the shape of the earth, it is sphere, right? The shape is earth. If it was some straight line, alright, the whole area, okay, the surface, if it was just a straight line, the whole area would have got the same, the same amount of heat, okay, the same amount of sun rays. But since the shape is sphere, okay, since the shape is sphere, this part, okay, the equator part, this part gets more heat. Okay, since the shape is different, that is the shape of this sphere, different regions get different amount of heat. Okay, this part gets more heat when compared to this polar regions. Okay, so this is North Pole and this is south pole. Okay, so compared to these polar regions, the equator gets more heat, and compared to this part of the equator, this part again gets different amount of heat. Okay, so basically these different regions of the earth gets different amount of heat. Alright, it is because of the shape of the earth, that is, it is pure in nature. Alright, okay, so this part, this equator part gets more heat. Okay, so now what happens? Okay, what happens to the air, the movement of air when it is getting heated? Okay, so all these whatever that we have discussed till now, okay, just remember that when the air gets heated up, what happens? It expands, right? So that what we have learned before. Okay, so to understand this wind current concept, we have learned before that air expands when heated. Okay, when this region is getting heated up, the air present in the equator region gets warm, it gets heated up. Okay, so the warm air, what happens when the air gets warm? It becomes light. Okay, it occupies more space. Okay, when it is occupying more space, it is lighter, it moves. Okay, it rises up. Alright, so here the air, okay, the air particles rise up. Okay, not only it moves only to that particular place. Okay, also since the air, the earth is rotating. Okay, since the earth rotates to its own axis, and also it revolves around the sun. Okay, so the air moves all the ways. Okay, it even comes to this place also. Okay, that was more clumsy, so I'll just draw the equator line. Okay, yes, so since this is just the equator, that got more clumsier. Okay, now it will be easy to understand. Okay, see, the air, when this part is getting heated up, the air moves. Okay, it does not only it moves to this pole, but also to this region also. Okay, this doesn't mean that air is moving downwards. Okay, air is rising up only, but since there is a movement of the earth rotates. Okay, this whole thing will be revolving. Okay, revolving and rotating also. So the air moves in different direction. Air gets lighter, the air becomes warm, it moves. Okay, it moves to the north pole and to the south pole. Okay, so air is moving now. Okay, moving on both the sides. Okay, so when air is moving to these regions, okay, south pole and north pole, and here there is already air particles present, right? So what happens to air present here? Okay, so it's something like this. When you are home and when some of your relatives comes to your home, your cousins or someone, okay, so what happens? They sometimes take your bed. Okay, they use your bed, and yes, they make use of your bed. Okay, when they are sleeping in your bed, so what will you do? You have to find some other place for yourself, right? You will go sleep somewhere else. So that's what it happens here. When this air is occupying the place here, the air already present here, what it does is this also moves. Okay, so the warm air, okay, so the warm air, the air which becomes warm here, it starts rising up and it moves to the polar regions. Okay, and again the air present here in the polar region, this has to move, right? It has to go somewhere else. Okay, so this air moves to this equator. Okay, and this will be repeating. Okay, this process will be repeating, and this is how wind currents are generated. All right, see, because all this happens, okay, because of this different regions of the air gets different heat, different amount of sun. Okay, because there is difference in the pressure. Okay, difference in the air pressure. Okay, the air moves. I have mentioned this before, that air moves only when there is difference in pressure. Alright, so when there is difference in air pressure, that difference is because of the this rotation, revolution and the shape of earth. Alright, because of that reasons there is difference in air pressure, and because of that this equator gets heated up more because of the spherical shape of this earth. Okay, so when this air gets heated up, Okay, so we know when the air gets heated up, it expands, alright, it expands, and the warm air becomes lighter and it rises, right? So because of that, the air moves to these regions, and the air already present here, okay, this moves to this equator. Again that air becomes hot, okay, again that moves to this equator, again this becomes hot, so that will keep on be happening, okay. So that is the reason some places are very hot and some places are very cold, alright. So that is the difference. And when I am saying that this rotation, I mean this movement of air, it goes to this north direction, north and south direction. It is not, you know, straight away, this is, okay, this is how straightly it doesn't go to the regions, or straightly it doesn't, this cool air doesn't come to this equator, okay, it is kind of tilted, okay. These are not in the straight direction. This air, okay, the air coming to this equator comes something like this, okay, and okay, this is how it will be, okay. So this is how it the air from the cooler region comes to the equator, okay, and the air from this equator, okay, okay, see the arrow marks shows, okay, it is kind of tilted arrow marks. That means the air doesn't move straight away, okay, it is, you know, it moves in all direction, okay. So the equator, hot air from the equator comes to this cooler region, and the cooler region air from the polar region goes to this equator. The arrow marks have now have tilted it because, you know, it doesn't, the north south, no, the movement of air to this north and south poles, it's not straight, okay. This is because of rotation of earth, okay. Earth is not static. If something is static, the motion will become, you know, the motion will become the same, like it will be moving in straight directions only. But since it rotates on its own axis and there is a revolution also, the air moves, okay, air does not move in a straight line, air does not move in a direction, but yes, of course there is movement of air and it does moves to this equator and also to the polar region, okay. So this is the concept of how wind currents are generated, okay. Now you can know this is all because of the sun, right. So the sun is the ultimate source for this wind currents, okay. And we can conclude saying that wind currents are generated when there is uneven heating, okay. Okay, so this, with this study we can clearly say that wind currents are generated because of uneven heating of equator and at poles, okay. So these wind currents are generated because of uneven heating of equator and poles, okay. So this is what we can clearly understand by this, okay. This equator becomes more hot, okay. So the equator becomes more hot because of the shape of this earth, okay. Since the earth is pure spherical, this shape, this part gets more heat, and because of that more heat the air becomes warm, and that warm air expands, it becomes light and it rises, okay. As it rises, it moves to these polar regions, and the already cold air present in that region, it moves to this equator, and that process will be carrying on, okay. So this is basically because of the uneven heating of the equator, and that is because of this shape of this earth, okay. So this is how these wind currents are generated. And okay, so the point you have to remember here is Okay. Okay. The warm air. Okay. The warm air present in the equator. Okay. So this rises to the North Pole and South Pole. Alright, the warm air present in the equator rises to the North Pole and South Pole, and the cold air, alright, the cold air from the North Pole and South Pole comes to this equator. Okay, here warm air from the equator moves to this North and South Pole, whereas here the cold air from the North Pole and South Pole moves to this equator. Okay, so this movement of air, okay, due to the uneven heating is what we call wind circulation. Okay, so what is wind circulation? Okay, what is wind circulation? Wind circulation is the warm air from the equator moving to the North and South Pole, and the movement of cold air to from the North and South Pole, movement of cold air from the North and South Pole to the equator. So that this movement of wind currents is what we call wind circulation. Clear? And this wind circulation is because of the uneven heating of equator and poles. Okay, so why does equator gets more amount of heat? It because of the spherical shape of this earth. Okay, so this is about the wind currents. Okay, I hope you understood that how these wind currents are generated. Okay, so now, so well, what is sea breeze? We have discussed this, right, in our previous chapters. This sea breeze occurs in daytime. Okay, sea breeze. Sea breeze. What does that mean? The wind from which comes from the sea to land. Okay, sea breeze means the wind comes from sea to land. Okay, so we have discussed this concept, right? The land during the daytime, the land gets heated up first. Okay, the heated up faster than this water region. Okay, than this sea part, that is a water body region, the land gets heated up fast. Okay, since it heated, the air present in the land gets heated up. Okay, it air expands, it rises up and it moves, right? So that is sea breeze. Okay, so this we have discussed already. Let me discuss this one again. Okay, so this land and water bodies like this we can see in the coastal regions. Okay, they will clearly understand this. Okay, so now this is the sea part, this is the water, and here we have this land. Okay, here we have land. Here during the daytime, what happens? Okay, because of this sun, this land gets heated up fast. Alright, so when this gets heated up fast, the air becomes hot, right? The air becomes hot, and this hot air travels, and okay, comparatively this is cold now. Alright. This is hot because the land gets heated up faster in daytime. Okay, compared to water, the land gets heated up Okay, so the air particles present here gets heated up. When the air gets heated up, it expands. Okay, when it expands, the warm air, okay, it becomes light and the air rises. Okay, this is the rising air. Okay, since it is cooler, this air rises up. Okay, and okay, so this cooler air moves to this land surface, and this hot air moves to this this cooler region. Okay, so that's how it will be repeating. Okay, that is nothing but the convection process. Okay, so we have learned this. Okay, so this is about the sea breeze, how this air moves. Okay, how this air moves between this land and water. To understand this concept, I have discussed this. And what is sea breeze? And this happens during the night time. This happens during night time. Land breeze, that means air from this land to water. Okay, and during the night time, vice versa, opposite thing happens. Okay, so the water, since how the land rises up, okay, how land gets heated up faster during daytime, the same thing happens during night time. During night time, the land cools faster. Okay, since that region becomes cooler and water region becomes hotter, the air moves from land to water, because that is a colder region. Okay, so that is what land breeze. Okay, the air moving from land to water part. Okay, so this I have discussed. To understand one more point, that how wind currents move during summer and winter. Okay, to know this point, I have discussed that sea breeze and land breeze, that is wind currents during summer. Okay, during summer means hotter days. Okay, hotter days means the land part, okay, the land region gets heated up faster. This is same as sea breeze. Okay, so that's why I have discussed sea breeze and land breeze. Okay, so how does wind currents move during summer? Same as sea breeze means, okay, here we have a land and water. Okay, so during this summers, what happens, since these days are very hot, okay, the days are very hot, during daytime the land's heated up faster, and this air rises and moves to this part. Okay, so this is the hotter part during daytime, right? Land, and the water is cold, the water region. Okay, so that is cold. So now here what happens is, the land, the wind, okay, the air, the movement of air, the air gets heated up, it rises, it expands, and it moves to this cooler region. Okay, and the water from these oceans, okay, the winds from this ocean part, while they are moving, okay, since these are the winds above or from the water region, it will be having some moisture, some water droplets, right? So when these currents move, okay, so when these currents move, these winds carry some moisture in their wind. Okay, so since these carry the moisture, the winds coming from the oceans carry the moisture, okay, when they come to the land, okay, so that's when they bring us the rain. Okay, so these winds, what we in summers, okay, this will be going on, okay, in whole summer month. What happens, this air, the land gets heated up completely, okay, the hot air will be moving to this end and the cooler region comes to this end. Okay, so in summers this will be moving, okay, so that will take a pretty while, and while it's the air, the wind current from this oceans is moving, okay, so the wind coming from that part carries moisture, okay, since it is present in the water, right? So it carries some moisture, water droplets. Okay, so when it comes to this land region, that's how it brings rain to us. okay, and these winds, okay, so these winds which are coming from this water bodies are called monsoon winds. Monsoon winds means winds which are getting us the rain, okay. So these monsoon winds, these carry the water droplets, moisture in their wind, and that's how they bring rain to the land, okay. So this is about the movement of wind current from a water body to the land, all right. So what monsoon winds are the one. Monsoon means this bring rain winds, okay. These are the winds which bring us the rain. Monsoon is a word, okay, derived from the Arabic language, okay, from Arabic language, which means mausim. Okay, this monsoon is a word derived from the Arabic language mausim, which means monsoon or mausam. Okay, so this is what happens. Okay, so in winter season, again the opposite thing happens. Okay, the land becomes cool and the water bodies become hot. Okay, and again the winds flow from the opposite direction. Okay, so that's what it happens. All this wind current movement is because of the uneven heating. Okay, so this is about the monsoon winds and about wind currents moving during summer and winter. In winter, this part becomes hot and the air rises up, and that air moves here to the land. And this, since this is colder in winter land, okay, that again it moves to this water region. So that's how it happens. Okay, so this is all about today's class. Okay, and also yes, these rains are very important to us, right? Okay, so this rains, okay, India is basically the agricultural country, right? Agriculture is the backbone of our country. We know agriculture is the one from which we'll get our food, right? We eat 3 times a day. That is because there are farmers, okay, working in fields, okay, in acres of land, okay, to get the crop, okay, to get the productivity, to get the yield, okay, and that's how we'll get our food. We are, we can survive very easily because we are getting food. Okay, so since India is a basically agriculture country, and yes, agriculture is a vast occupation followed in India, alright. So we are basically more dependent on water, right? These rains, when we are getting these rains are very important for us. Okay, farmers will be waiting for this rain so that they can get a good amount of yield. Okay, so these rains play a major and very important role in our lives. Okay, as these rains are very important, as we get our, it helps in our agriculture, we get our food, this is a basic need and everything. It does also have a very big disadvantage. Okay, these rains, okay, when it comes, it comes in a way, it is good, right? Like in an average amount. Okay, but this, when heavy rains happen, okay, sometimes what we call them floods. Okay, when heavy rains occurs, when the flood happens, okay, so that's how it is destructive. Okay, it is destructive in nature. It causes a loss of lives, loss of this properties, loss of lives of even plants, animals. Okay, heavy damages we can see. Okay, these the regions which gets the flood, okay, they lose their property, they lose their basic needs of survival. All right, so there will be loss of communication systems, there will be loss of transportation. Okay,